Okay, so let's just a brief summary of where we're up to and the flow. So Merosh Tzurim, that's the peaks of the rocks, I see him, so that's the source of the office, the source of the midas, namely as they are higher than Seichel. And that's the koyach to be able to overcome Lumazeh. As the Maimir brought the Medrash, it's only then that Hashem was able to establish his world and stop the waters from flooding the world. And what's the Avodah? The Avodah is the Avim Usateres, the hidden love that every Yid has from the Ovis, which is higher than Seichel. And that's where Mesiras Nefesh comes from. So that is the Reish Tzurim. But that's Arenu. Arenu means a distant view, because it's not internalized in Seichel. But then in Mikvois Asherenu, so this is the Ava of the Chitzonius Alev, and that's an Ava that comes through Tam and Das and his Bonanus. And that's Asherenu, which implies a close look, because here it's Bepnimius, and that's the Gvois, that's the Imois. And that's critical, because the Avodah Merosh Tzurim Arenu is not enough, because that's a Avodah Makif, but the whole Tachlis is Dirib Tachtoinim, that the Alma Disgasia should be drawn into Alma Disgalia. Therefore, the Tachlis is that the Ava should dafka come down in Mikvois Asheranu, and Ava Pnimius Musig al Pi Seichel. And that's Baruch Havai Lekei Yisod Min Oilam Ad Oilam. That's the Avodah of Eden, is to be Mamshech from Oilam to Oilam Alma Disgalia, Alma Disgasia to Alma Disgalia, and to make it one Reshus. And that's the Avodah of Yaakov is explained in of Tiferes. Higher than Chesed and Gvura, that's the mitzvah of Eruvin, that we are Ma'arev and Machaber, the two domains, and make them all one Reshus, even though in their own world they're also Reshus HaYochid, as the Maimir explained. Again, this is done through the Avodah of Yaakov, Kavim Tzoi, the Briach HaTichon, and the Mishkan, it's Mavriach. It goes from one end to the other. That's what we're up to. Now continuing the Maimir. Ois Zayin, page 182 if you have that sefer, but it's Ois Zayin. V'hinei klolos achiluk shabin Alma Disgasia to the Alma Disgalia. The general distinction between the two should be Moshe ba Alma Disgalia Gufa. That in our revealed world itself, the parallel is achiluk shebein yom le'yabasha, as we said earlier, the difference between the ocean and the dry land. So this, gam achiluk, this also is the same distinction between Bezer Yifanim Shabbat Nogas Ha'olam, the two ways that Hashem conducts the world, namely Anoga Nisis V'Anoga Tivis, the miraculous and the natural. Anoga Nisis Mitzad Midas HaChesed. Anoga Nisis comes from Chesed. The Mailim did the Vagabala. That's a conduct that's beyond limit. Anoga Tivis Mitzad Midas HaGvura. But the natural order comes from Gvura, which is Bereshis Bara Elikim Midas HaGvura, the Gematria Teva. So Shehi b'medid v'akbala, that's limited. So you have these two separate anhagas. Then the whole kavana is min ha'olam v'ad ha'olam, that Alma Disgasia should be drawn into Alma Disgalia, Chesed and Gvura becoming one. So what is that? Then there's the fusion of the two. And this is what it says in Medrash, Rashi brings. We'll see at the end of the Maimon, this is Yud Beis Tmuz. The Mailim Teva in Teva. So that's what it says in Medrash, but so the Medrash says, the beginning Hashem, it arose in his thought to create the world only by Midas Adin. Rosh Hashem saw the world couldn't endure with this. Shitev boy Midas Arachmim, so he partnered with Midas Adin midas harachamim. That's why it starts as Beshis Boralikim, but the end of the account of creation is Havayalikim. Says the Alter Rebbe in Tanya, where is manifest the midas harachamim? Alter Rebbe says, "Shezeu inyan ha'oises u'moisim sheba'olam." These are the wonders and miracles done by tzaddikim and so on, which recorded in Torah, which happens. The brackets from Ruv Sheikhad, we just read this Sheikhad and Munna. Behind is Galus and Kus Adi Tzaddikim. This is the revelation of godliness of the tzaddikim, the miracles, the Isis of Meism Shibet Torah. And mind you, it's to be noted here that the Chura Pshat is, Poshet Pshat maybe, that is Galus and Kus Adi Tzaddikim is the miracles they perform. I'm not even sure that's the Poshet Pshat, but certainly it could be that the Poshet Pshat is as it reads. It's to the tzaddikim period. And v'oisus and v'oisus shebet Torah. At tzaddik, you see a likus. So it's the tzaddikim and the signs and the meisim and the miracles and so on, which recorded in Torah and happened even after, as it were, the Torah is complete. Upon him, so that's the gilui of a likus, the shitif imay midas harachamim. So what is this? Is a third inyan. Shezel the shituf. This is iduv, the aid of the mixing of beis and hogas, lis mitzias achas, both hide and teva and in teva to be one entity. Meaning shebaylam gufa in the world itself, tia mitzias, unless the world itself is the keli for the miracle. The miracle doesn't dissolve, abrogate, shatter nature, but nature is imbued with beyond nature. Al derech, this is the thing, barach min ha'olam, as we're talking about here, be mamshech from the Alma discussion, Alma disgali. He elaborates now. Gufin, miracles themselves, there are distinctions. There's nisim gluyim, open miracles, which completely shatter nature, and then there's nisim that are clothed in nature, they don't even know a miracle happened. And then there's a third. There's higher miracles. It's the fusion of both. On the one hand, it's natural. But you can see that it's completely beyond nature, even within nature. No rules of nature were changed, and yet the miraculous happens in such a way that even all of the whole world can see that this is miraculous. Simtot Rebbe writes in his letter, quote, quoted in Tanya, Hashem did a wonder, vehigdil, and magnified his presence in the eyes of the ministers, and all the peoples. They themselves saw the wonder of his release, even though it happens at every step of the way within the boundaries and confines of nature. Now this inyan of the fusion of midas harachamim, again to the tzaddikim and oisis. So this is nimshach begoloi. When does it start to happen in the world? Belef hashlishi, in the beginning of the third 1,000-year epoch, right? The world is divided into three. 6,000 years divided into three. The first 2,000 years is the Gemara is Tohu. The second 2,000 years is the epoch of Torah. And the third 2,000 years begins the epoch of Yemei Mashiach. It's in brackets. At the beginning of the end of the 2,000 years, at the beginning of the third millennium, the Elef HaShlishi, that begins the 2,000 years Torah. And then begins the final 2,000 years of Yemei Mashiach, of where the potential for Mashiach's coming. So again, because it's number 3, that's he's stressing the union of Yaakov, the union of Torah, the union of the number 3, which conveys Tiferes, which fuses Chesed and Gevurah. Now, when we say Torah, we mean Kelo, including Meyuchad, especially this point was made earlier. on the previous Maimer, mitzvot derabanan, especially the mitzvot derabanan, which are a deeper expression of Torah. Shechamud in the Gemara says that they're even stricter than what? Than the Raisa. It's an interesting indication of this. It brings in the order, the Gemara in the Erevin, and the Mishnah in Sanhedrin. The Mishnah in Sanhedrin says like this, that if a renegade Zaken Mamre, who reveals something in Torah which is not so, and argues with the Sanhedrin, even when he feels justified. So this is a capital offense. So the illustration of the Mishnah says like this: if he says there's no tefillin, he denies there's no tefillin. He's not chayv misa. But if he argues with the Chachamim and says you have to have 5 portions of the shadash and not 4, so then he's a zaken mamre and he's chayv misa. So arguing with the Torah itself outright, no. Dismissing a law in Torah altogether, obviously it's a big chet that doesn't qualify him. He's not a zaken mamre, which means an elder who rebels. But if he argues with and disputes the ruling, the tradition or the ruling of the Chachamim, then he's a zaken mamre. So we see that going against a din derabanan is even more serious than the din in the Torah, explicit in Torah itself. And moreover, and the words of the sage and the scribes are sweeter than divrei Torah. We had this in the previous Maimon. The pasuk says, "Toiv," it's a pasuk in Shir Hashirim. "Toiv deidecha miyayin." Your friendship is more precious to me than wine. Explains the Gemara. Wine goes on Teresh B'Ksav, and deidecha, your friendship, refers to the friends. That's the Chachamim. More precious to me, the words of the Chachamim, than the words of Torah itself. And I want to explain this, I'll repeat it again just briefly. Something the Rebbe said at a Fabrengen Simchas Beis HaShariva before he was a Rebbe, this Fabrengen especially for Talmidei Yeshivas. It's worth repeating even though I've said it before. And the Rebbe explained like this, that there's 3 levels of observance. There's minhagim, there's the Rabbanon, there's the Raisa. Obviously at the Pshat level, in terms of importance, and this remains, obviously the Raisa is most critical, then comes the Rabbanon, then comes minhag. But the Pnimi is, it's the other way around. That Dafke, the Rabbanon, and minhag is even deeper. Why? Because the deeper the Ratzon we see within ourselves as a reflection of the divine, the deeper a person's desire, the less he can put it into words. The deeper the love, the less he can put it into words. That's why love is expressed in poetry and so on. You can't write an essay how much you love the person. You can write an essay about something intellectual, a concept, but not a very deep rooted ratzon. Can you write an essay how much you want to live, how much you love your children? So the deeper the desire, the less it's articulated in words. So therefore, dafka the Rabbanon, which is hinted, that's a deeper level of the ratzon ha'elyon. And a minhag, which is so essential, kavayachol l'mayla, that Hashem doesn't even express it in a hint, and it's born from our instinct, from the depth of the neshama v'yid that is a part of Hashem, that this is what Hashem wants. To wear a yarmulke, hakafas simchas Torah, and so on, all the things that really are they become the defining symbols, or not symbols, but the defining expressions of Yiddishkeit, minhagim, hakafas. That's how Russian Jewry in those days, that's how it stirred. It was a big hakafas outside the Moscow shul. Dafka hakafas, not Yom Kippur. A minute, because that draws on etzem on the shon. But I should mention before that he brought out, on a simpler level, there's 3 kinds of eved. There's the eved what the master says he does. It's one level, not beyond that. Then there's the evidence he picks up the hints. That's the Rabbana. And there's the evidence instinctually knows what the master wants. That is the minhag. But it's the same thing. But I'm just the deep explanation is what is the third level know this? Because he's so devoted and one with the master, he just knows what the master wants. You have to hint it, and you have to spell it out black and white. So, but obviously, if he's going to just, do the instinctual thing and ignore the master's explicit instruction, it's obviously foolish, and it's contradictory. So on some level, the Deiraisa remains obviously the most important on a conscious level. But in terms of the intimate connections, Dafka the Divrei Sofrim and Dafka the Minhagim. That's all part of Torah. It's all part of the Elef Hashlishi. It's all part of Torah fusing Alma Disgali and Alma Diskasi. Continues Kamei Mitzvahs Eidevin. That Eidevin is Midrabbanah. Shlomo Melech was Mesakening in the Eidevin. It's a mitzvah that's even deeper than a Deiraisa. This union of Torah continues to be revealed in every generation. Al Yidei Tzaddikim and the Tzaddikim and the leaders of the respective generations should pay them b'avidosam. What do they pay? Through Torah and through the union of the Eishes U'Meifsim, they pay the union the Baruch Havaya Lekei Yisrael Mina Eilam Va'ada Eilam. And what that means is what they are doing is in us, inspiring, nurturing, demanding, cajoling, that each one of us should reveal from the pnimius of his own nefesh, and that's his own alma diskasya. That he should reveal the essence of his neshama, which is one with Hashem. I am a yid. That should be revealed in in his conscious faculties. That's his alma disgalia. But machshava dibur u'maisa is thought, speech, and action. U'pechinas sosim the neshama. Listen to these words now. And their avodah is to arouse that, the level of sosim, the nishmasa, the hidden level of the neshama. Yidrash v'yevakish es hasosim deiraisa. That the pnimis of neshama should yidrash seek out and request, yearn for and want the inner level of Torah, the desire to know Hashem, to learn pnimis HaTorah. V'yamshichu b'galia de nishmasa. And that this then should be drawn down in the manifested levels of the neshama, v'galia deiraisa, in the revealed aspect of Torah. The revealed aspect of Torah, Nikla, should express pnimius. That's what the Rebbe does in the Kotesichas. That's what Chalal Chassidus is, but especially the Kotesichas, where it's drawn down into a Diak and Rashi and a Rambam and Gemara and so on. And this fusion within Torah of pnimius and of Sosim and Nigla should be then drawn into the world, that the pnimius of the world and the course be revealed in the overt dimensions of creation, the Gal Yishabayla. But what was beautiful here was that line there, the second line, is that the Sosim of the Neshama, to murder the desire by a Yid to want to know Hashem, to Yidrash, to seek out, and to be Yevakish, and to ask, the Sosim Deiraisa, the desire to learn the inner dimension of Torah, to know Hashem, where He is revealed. Yeah, we go further. Yes, friends. V'yesh lekashas Himashikosev in the Pasuk in Tilim. It's capital Pei Aleph, and the year 1960. That was the capital of the Frierdiker Rebbe. His time was being his birthday. He was entering his 81st year. It's 1960. So the Pasuk in capital Pei Aleph says, we say this, the Yom of, or is it Wednesday? No. I am God, your Lord, who took you out of Mitzrayim. Harchev picha v'amalei. Broaden your mouth and I will fill it. What does it mean, broaden your mouth and I will fill it? And what's the connection between that and I'm the Eibush that took you out of Mitzrayim? So let's begin this. We'll continue with the Shema. So the Indian is, like the Bechai writes, Pirush HaKosov, explaining the pasuk Adonai Hashem Elokecha me'eretz Mitzrayim. Pasuk in Isaiah. So he says there, Shtei midas Yitzir Mitzrayim. What's the pshat? Anochi. The words read again. Anochi Hashem Elokecha. I am God, your Lord, from the land of Mitzrayim. Meretz Mitzrayim. What does the pasuk mean? Answer: Shtei midas. The pasuk is saying that what took you from out of Eretz Mitzrayim is the two midas, midas hadin and midas harachamim. It's the two midas of Havai and Elokecha that took you out of Mitzrayim. That's what the pasuk is saying. Again, Shebeshtein midas Yitzir Mitzrayim. But these two midas took out of Mitzrayim. Haini midas hadin and midas harachamim. Ayin sure. I'm not Ayin Shom. I'm not sure it's Ayin Shom. See there. They would say that in the Maimer. No. I'm not sure that Ayin Shin is. K'maimer Azal. Anyway, we'll go further. K'maimer Azal Noga for the Mitzrayim, V'rofel Yisrael. It's also a pasuk in Yeshaya that at the time of Yitzias Mitzrayim, two opposite things were happening. The Mitzrayim were struck and the Yidden were healed. So that's the fusion of Havai and Elikim. Now going back to Al Pasuk Kapitel Pei, Aleph, I am Hashem, and Havai Elokecha took you out. Base Shem is Havai Elikim. Again, invoking the two names of Havai Elikim. That was bringing all of this because he's continuing the theme of the fusion of Min ha'olam v'ad ha'olam, Chesed and Gevurah, Havai and Elikim, Nes and Teva. V'yashloima she'inyan zen nasa. So how is it possible there should be the fusion of Havai and Elikim, two opposite midas? That nasa the beginning anoichi. That's the third level. The essence I shalamayim become the magbola higher than all limits. Period. As we said earlier, this makes the peace on high between Michal and Gabriel. Leah is at Tzir of the Havai Elokecha, that the two should become one. And therefore, so Aliyah Meretz Mitzrayim Ba'ifan Shal Shnei Hafachim, going out of Mitzrayim of all limits, happened in such a way that the two opposite things, Chesed and Gevurah, become the Bas Achas at once, one, united. That's the Akdom. It's the Akdom of the pasuk is saying that Havai Elokecha is the true union of Yitzias Mitzrayim, going out of boundaries, is as a result of the Anochi, through which Havai and Elikim and all of its manifestations can become one, which is the Kavanah. Min ha'olam v'ad ha'olam. Let's just continue a little bit further. Mamshi because of, and the pasuk continues in Kapitel Pei Aleph. The pasuk continues, Harchev picha v'amaleyu, open up your mouth and I will fill it. What does this mean? We can go a few minutes further, we should stop here. Huh? Guys, a few more minutes before the story, yeah?
I say go on. Yeah.
It's a whole lot of this, but okay, we'll start. So what he wants to explain that what is summary. Means that it's through the Gilui of Anochi, the very essence of Hashem, which brings about therefore the fusion of the two opposites of Havayin Lekecha, Nes and Teva. Alma Disgali and Alma Diskasia. Chesed and Gvura, that is what Hashem revealed, which brought you out of Mitzrayim, which Hashem is saying, I'm invested in you thereafter forever, that brings you out of your Mitzrayim. Which means shatters all the boundaries, even the boundaries of Havayin Elikim in their own worlds. It's not either one or the other. Either reluctant to Teva or it's miraculous. Either we're in heaven or we're on earth. Either we're in the world of Alma Diskasia or in Alma Disgalia. Either we're davening and we're holy or out there in the world and part of the sea. No, it is both. Havaya and Elikecha. Nes in Teva. But then the pasuk continued, Harchev pircha v'yamaleyu, open up your mouth and I will fill it. What does this mean? And why does this follow dafke after Anoicha v'alikecha malcha meretz Mitzrayim? We'll begin the explanation. The Marsha, Rabbi Shloimeh, there is a famous commentary, a famous achra. Quoted in Chassidus, not Ul Achroinimar, he's one of them. He's the standard. You learn Gemara Rashi Tosfos in Yeshiva. The next level is the Marsha. It's printed in the back of every standard Gemara. So he writes, "B'chidushi Agodas." The Gemara has, the Gemara itself is the halachic dimension, which is most of Gemara, and then there's the Agodas, the Agoda, the Agadata. So his Pirush addresses both the halach and the Agadata, which is the psukim and the medrash dimension of the Gemara. So he writes in the Chidushi Agodas, in his commentary, B'divrei HaGemara B'Masechta Brachos, the Gemara discusses this pasuk in Masechta Brachos, and he explains the Gemara, and that is as follows. Okay, you have to get some background. The Gemara said like this. The Gemara says, basically, when you praise Hashem, so the praise needs to be total. Total means you don't praise Hashem a partial praise. You praise Hashem totally means Hashem can do and is responsible for everything. But the Gemara says when you're requesting, you don't ask everything. You request humbly, and you only ask for a little bit. So praise is unlimited, but request is limited. Then the Gemara brings this pasuk. This pasuk, Harchev Picha. Hashem says, open your mouth and I will fill it. So this is a request where the mouth is open, implying asking for everything. Harchev Picha. That contradicts what was just said moments ago, that when it comes to me requesting, I only ask for a little bit. The Gemara answers that this pasuk is talking about Divrei Torah. When you're asking for Gashmias, you ask only for your needs humbly a little bit. You shouldn't have a grand, insatiable appetite for Gashmias. Give me the whole world. No. When it comes to Torah, here you should ask for everything. So here, this pasuk, which we are under scrutiny here, we're looking at, Harchev Picha v'amaleyu. Open your mouth, ask for it. Just ask me. And open it broadly. Harchev means broadly. I will fill it, which is a request, an unlimited request. This is the Gemara is Divrei Torah. That's what the Gemara says. Now the Marsha. Okay, we're clear? We're clear? So now go back. Just in explaining the Gemara in Brachos. Harchev Picha v'amaleyu. Open your mouth broad in your request. Don't hold anything back. And I will fill it, says Hashem. That says the Gemara B'divrei Torah. That's talking about Torah. Says the Merosh. And just before these words, open your mouth broad, ask for everything. What did the pasuk say? I am Hashem, your Lord, took you out of Mitzrayim. Why is that prefaced to this request for Torah, which should be boundless? Says the Merosh, this is quote, Shal tach, a person shouldn't think. Hashem is quoting God, that a person shouldn't think that the Eibusha can't fulfill your request. That you should be filled with Torah. I can do it. You saw that I took you out of Mitzrayim. You saw that I can, the Malik, and therefore you saw what I can do. And I can do this too. The Mal is coming, when it comes to Torah, whatever you ask, there's no limit. You ask and I will give you. Period. That's the end of the Merosh. We'll continue now as Chassidus explains what the Merosh is saying. Why would I think God can't? And what does it mean that He can? And what exactly am I asking for? I want to be big Talmid Chacham. Is that it? I want to know the whole Torah. What's the request here? What's the request? And Harchev Picha, open your mouth wide, and I will fill you. That the Maimon will continue, and we will see how this is all again continuing the theme of Mina Olam Va'ada Olam, fusing the hidden and the revealed, Alma Diskasya, Alma Disgalia, within the self, within Torah, and then ultimately within the world. All right? So to be continued, Be'ezrat Hashem, on Monday. Yeah, we're good? Yidden. Obviously, if you can, Chazer over Shabbos would be a very good thing. Okay. Before I go forward, I want to, in case I forget, the Shabbos says Yud Beis Tmuz, and his parshas Chukas Bolak, Meididike Parsha, Paraduma, purification of Tumas Mes, the end of death, Parshas Bolak, the Nevuos of Mashiach, coming down from Bilam, Meididike Shabbos, and Yud Beis Tmuz. So it's a Meididike Keiches here. So I want to just tell everybody that Be'ezrat Hashem, in addition to the Farbrengen, we'll have like a symbolic part right after davening. The people are going to, I guess, go home. We're going to come back. Everybody's invited for 7 o'clock for an hour and a half before Mincha. Farbrengen, we'll have a Mincha and continue the Farbrengen by Shalosh Shudas. Right, friends? So I'll put this on the WhatsApp and everybody's invited.